Well, here we are once again. The concluding chapter of a trilogy. And you know what they say about trilogies, Chris? In the third one, all bets are off. So I'm sorry, kid, but this is going to be as cold as a warlock's ballsack. First, I want to thank you for choosing this date. You see, you don't realize that you chose a very sentimental date for me. March 28th, 1999 is the day that solidified me as a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Before that, I was knocking around old VHS tapes of Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. But on March 28th, 1999, I watched my very first WrestleMania. And that date is forever ingrained on my mind because on that night, Stone Cold Steve Austin beat The Rock for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 15, the first of their trilogy. And God, I must have watched that WrestleMania and that match in particular 20 times over, to the point where I knew it move for move, rock bottom for rock bottom, stunner for stunner. But I'm also glad you chose this date because a few days ago, I celebrated my daughter's second birthday. And you know what that means? That means that she has had more birthdays than you have had major championships. And see, we don't really count the predictions title. That's coming from a record 20-time champion. And I don't know what gives you the beach ball-sized nuts to call me out again. Not only am I a former 2-time world champion and a former TV champion, but I am 2-0 against you. And I've been around this promo block a few times. And you were back again trying to take me down. Now that takes guts. For you to take loss after loss after loss and keep coming after the cap, that takes guts. See, you are now officially in a very exclusive club with very exclusive company. Only 3 other people have ever faced me 3 times. Travis, Phoenix, and Crimmins. Now, like I said, I was bringing somebody along for you to meet this week. An old sweetheart of mine, and she has really been looking forward to meeting you, Chris. When I said I had a hot date, I wasn't talking about you. I'd like you to meet Tilly. And Tilly is awesome. And she doesn't give a shit who you are, where you're from, what you've done, or why you're here. And if you cross me, she will take a fuck-off-sized chunk out of you. You see, Tilly is as loyal as they come. And she doesn't trust anybody except me. Now, I thought we were done with this shit. 2 flushes and out the pipe. And you are obviously not afraid of me. And I love that, Chris. But Tilly, that pisses her off. She finds it to be disrespectful. Now, I don't know how to get rid of you. Do I have to beat the shit out of you and physically put you in the ground? I still think you'd manage to find a way to crawl out of the horse shit piled on top of you, drag your partially decomposing ass out of the earth, and continue harassing and haunting me. You see, you piss-stained double-crosser may be constantly breathing down my neck, but it doesn't change the fact that you are a resource. In fact, that tenacity is what makes you a resource. You are relentlessly trying to become television champion. That is all you care about. I dig that. But me, just like Will Ospreay said last week, I've got a kid, a missus, a house to pay for, and a point to prove. And that point is, I have become the most unfuckwithable promo participant in Max Wrestling. And yeah, you keep fucking. What you need to realize is what everybody else knows. In Max Wrestling, you work for me. You provide for me. You belong to me. Are we pissing our pants yet? Boy, do I have a feeling we're getting close. Yeah. Gonna be pee-pee pants city here real soon. And make no mistake, everybody else, this is your way of life now. The more you fight back, the harder it'll be. So if I knock on your door, little pigs, you let me in. You try to stop me, and I will knock it down. Now, Chris, you said to Travis that maybe he's the captain now, and maybe I'm the bitch of Dragon Club. Well, pardon the shit out of my goddamn French, but did you just threaten me? I was willing to let that slide, because I get it. It was an emotional moment, and you were toe-to-toe with Travis Anderson. And again, you had those concrete boulders between your legs. Talk shit in his face, and more specifically, talk shit about his family. You want to know why he didn't crack you upside the head with that title? Because I told him not to. You know why? Because I knew you had unfinished business just like me. I knew you'd come looking for me again someday, because take it from me, unfinished business eats you up inside. You need to beat me, just like I need to beat Travis someday, even if he is out there providing for me right now. So if you get your justice, and I sincerely hope you go on to win King of the Mic, because if not, I will be very disappointed that you beat me for nothing. So, just to clarify, your choices are: you lose to me, disappoint me, and piss me off. You beat me, don't win King of the Mic, disappoint me, and piss me off. Or, you beat me, you win King of the Mic, and hell, maybe we can braid each other's hair. You raised a glass to me a couple weeks ago, so if you beat me, I will return the favor. But lucky for you, right now, neither I nor Tilly are very thirsty today. Now, I do not want to have to face you again. But Tilly, she may have a different opinion. So here it is, your last chance. Dig deep. I want this to be memorable. Bonus points for creativity. Write a poem, sing a song, whatever it takes. I will be watching. I will be listening. Let's make this a fucking testament in the Book of Reid. And yes, you can have that.
Well, Daz, here we are. The captain versus the mercenary for the third but final time. And I know what you're thinking. Why me? Out of all the people that you could have picked, you picked me. Why, Chris? The answer to that question, Daz, is simple. It's because just like Travis, you have brought the best out in me when it came to the one title that we both want. And that's the World Television Championship. Case in point, during our first encounter on Halloween, when you called me out for your World Television Championship, I will admit, Des, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was peckish. That's only because of the fact I never wanted the World Television title. I had my eyes focused on the World Championship. That's the only reason why. But when I realized that I was just over a minute away from beating you for that title, you want to know what I did? I got back up, brushed myself off, and I challenged you in a rematch for that title at Christmas Clash. You accepted it. And as you know, I did one of my best promos. A much more better promo than what I did on Halloween. And when Moses said that I was 57 seconds away from beating you for that title, I realized that I almost had you. Before I continue on, let's address that promo that you did at Christmas Clash. The fact that you call me Moses' bitch. Let's get thing one perfectly clear. I am not his bitch. I never wanted to join the MDO. I never did. I never went to the MDO. I never went to Moses. Moses came to me. He came to me and told me, I want you to join the MDO. And I refused to join him until he offered me two things that I could never refuse: money and power. I said, what do you want me to do? And as you know, I broke into Corey's house, knocked him out, and screwed him out of the World Championship. Then I challenged him again at Promo Slam. So, as far as I'm concerned, I never wanted anything to do with the MDO at all. Which is pointless for me to bring up now since he kicked me out. But that's fine, because to me, that's business as usual. And Moses is going to learn real soon on how much of a mistake that he made on that end. But that's going to be another time. I got my eyes set on you, Daz. And I'm not going to lie, the fact that you was already defending the World Television Championship at Promo Rumble against Travis, I realized that, maybe it's probably for the best I should just wait. And when I found out that you lost the World Television Championship to Travis, you took this loss so badly to the point where you had to go to therapy. That's how bad you took that loss. But to your credit, I'll give you a lot of credit. You have challenged Travis to a rematch for that championship at Promo Slam. But you see, there's probably a good chance you're not going to make it to Promo Slam. And no, I'm not going to challenge you for your spot of facing him for that title. Because I'm not ready for that championship. I'm not ready for it yet. And if you haven't put two and two together yet, well, I'll explain that another time. But at first, I thought that, why not challenge Daz in this? Why not him bring the best out of me again? But after I realized that you went to therapy because you took this loss so badly, I realized, no, this can't be the same Daz. This can't be the Daz that I challenged against for the TV title twice, can it? It couldn't be. But then I realized that you're not the same Daz that I fought before for the television title. You're not. Instead, you went from being the captain of the Dragon Club to now being the bitch of the Dragon Club. And I am so disappointed in you when it comes to that. Now, let's be fair, you do have a valid point that I had 8.5 years worth of materials that I could have done a promo on you on. But where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? Because you see, Daz, I didn't want to take down that route. I didn't want that. Because that's just nothing more but a cheap shot to me. Now, granted, you can say that I mentioned all that stuff when Travis went up against you, Moses, De Niro, his pal Cypher, and so on. Even when he went up against you and the rest of the members of the jury, when he was known as the Walker. But still, the fact that you, of all people, took this loss so badly to the point that you had to go to therapy, I thought, he's been down in the dumps lately. Maybe it's about time I should probably reignite that little spark that he once had. Because you see, Daz, I want you to prove me wrong. I don't want the bitch of the Dragon Club. I want the captain. I want the guy who called me out for that championship on Halloween. I want the guy who I challenged him in a rematch at Christmas Clash. I want the guy who actually had the fucking balls to walk up to me and challenge me in a rematch. And challenge me for that title. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want the bitch. The bitch side of you sucks. So, that's... I hope you still have that little spark inside of you. Because by the time you hear all of this, you're going to take a good long look at yourself in the mirror. And you're going to say that I'm right. And you're going to thank me later on. You ain't going to thank me now. But by the time you see this, and you look at yourself long and hard in the mirror, you know, someday, you will thank me. And like I said, Daz, either I win for the first time against you, or you beat me for the third time. One way or another, I'm going to go on and face my next opponent on Thursday, April 21st. And my next opponent is going to be you, Chad Malcolm. I want the mercenary versus the lawyer on Thursday, April 21st. I hope you're up to the challenge, Malcolm. Because, like I said, Daz, either I beat you for the first time or you beat me for a third time. I'm going to continue on to my next opponent. And Malcolm, I hope you can handle this. Because there's going to be a good chance that I'm going to beat you so badly to the point where the lawyer is going to need a lawyer. Otherwise, walk away from it, and I can consider you being conquered by me.